obviously disappointing. But credit to Sean and his group. They obviously, they played hard and made one more than we did. Thought we had opportunities, obviously, to help close the game out, but certainly didn't do enough. So none of us did enough. So obviously we don't have much margin for error now, and we'll go back to work and try to fix some of the things that we didn't do right. Yeah, go ahead, Sean.
Josh, it seems like you guys were conservative on offense, kind of some key moments. Why did you guys sort of lean towards being safe in some of those key moments?
What are you referring to, meaning?
Some of the fourth down decision-making, like the red zone.
Well, I mean, we had, we threw the ball in the red zone, and, they've played good red zone defense. Thought we had a few opportunities, but again, it's a good defense, and they made a couple plays in the red area that we didn't. In a game like that, I thought the defense was playing well, and there was a couple fourth downs where field position was involved, certainly, and made a couple decisions, the decision to obviously, put it up 16-3, and then the decision to not go for it on 4th and 1 or something like that late in the game. Thought AJ had a heck of a punt down there, put it at the 2-yard line, and then, penalties and the couple big plays, obviously they drove the ball, so.
Josh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, Honey.
On the play where you kicked the field goal to go up, you had 16 points then. I want to go back to that third down.
Yep.
I think it was 3rd and 7, and one of the options was a route short of the flag. I understand. Can you
Who
talk?
did you throw it to? The Josh, maybe?
I don't remember who. I
Okay.
apologize for
I think we had most everybody past it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I think they kind of played a little bit of a, if I'm not mistaken, I think they played a type of zone defense and took away some of our options that were past the stick. And I think Derek ended up checking the ball down to JJ. I'd have to see it, Hondo, just in terms of the whole film and everything else.
Thank you.
Josh, when the winning streak coming into this game, winning 3 straight, it seemed like the team had sort of figured something out and gotten past sort of being capable of this type of performance. Is there any explanation why you think they took a step back in this game?
I mean, I don't look at it as a step back. I mean, we didn't finish the game. That's the reality. I thought we were ready to play. I thought we competed. We got off to a decent start, and then we just didn't capitalize. And the bottom line is until we figure out how to stop losing games with mistakes that we do ourselves, then it makes it very difficult to win. And so you can't really win until you stop from losing, and that's penalties, turnovers, things like that contribute to that. And so we've talked a lot about that. We obviously need to do a better job of coaching it and trying to get us to play better.
Josh, how much of a killer was the Tillery penalty?
I mean, we thought we had a good. I don't know exactly what happened. In the scrum of the game at that point, I didn't get any communication relative to what was said or what was done. But thought we had him in. I want to believe it was 2nd and long at that point. It was a first down play. Had the sack, 2nd and long. You like your chances at that situation. They're going to go for it on 4th down. So they still have 3 downs to do it, but to give up a first down in that situation, obviously that's not an ideal scenario. Again, I don't know exactly what happened, so I'll have to talk to JT.
Is anything Baker did tonight surprising? Just how they used him?
No, I mean we've played against him before. He's a really good competitor. Made some critical throws for him. I mean, you'd have to ask them about that. I just we prepared for all 3 of them. Not necessarily knowing who we were going to get, and on a short week, so give them credit. He made enough plays to win.
What did they do to slow the passing game down tonight? I mean, Derek just didn't seem like
they took away some things down the field. We called some, we hit a couple, and then we had a few other opportunities in terms of shots and those kind of things that they defended well, I thought, and forced us to check the ball down a little bit. But that's how they play. They're a good defense. They make you go kind of drive the ball long, hard way and convert 3rd downs, and you have to keep sticking runs in there. But I don't think there was one thing that happened that took away anything specifically. But we didn't end up making enough plays in the passing game to help us win.
With your history as an offensive coordinator, how hard is it to get a QB up and running on 2 days' notice, or is there like similarities with Stefanski and McVay?
I don't know how much. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. You probably have to. Again, Sean would be able to, answer that question better than I would. If you have no history with the system, that'd be difficult. So if that's the case, then certainly he did a good job of cramming and being able to function. I'd say the more guys, the more time you have in the NFL, look, we all run something similar, some type of verbiage. You just got to get it understood, what it means to you, and translate it. But again, he did a good job.
Josh, obviously this is a talented team. I mean, you don't get up by multiple scores if you're not, in this league. I mean, what do you think is kind of the disconnect between building those leads and being able to finish teams off once you get up to a situation?
Yeah, you have to look. It's 60 minutes, and everybody will point to the last play or the last 4 plays or the last drive or what have you. But there's plays in every quarter that could have helped us extend the lead. There's things we could have done in all 3 phases that would have, put us further ahead in games. And look, I mean, there's a lot of things that go into a result in a National Football League, and I'm thinking of 6 or 8 or 10 of them right now that could have changed some outcomes of drives either way. So these are hard lessons to learn. They are, and like I said, playing. You always play to win. We're aggressive and try to do those kind of things, but we're 1 yard shy of a first down on the 4th and on the 3rd and 1. And they make a stop there, and if we get it, the game's over. So there's a lot of things we could point to right now that would have helped us close the game.
Josh, as the head coach, wins and losses rest on your shoulders, but when you see the undisciplined penalties, is that the most frustrating part of the game?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to believe that we teach them the right way, and I think our guys play the right way for the most part. I don't think we've been, a team that's made a bunch of unsportsmanlike conduct fouls, late hits, unnecessary roughness. That's not really been our MO. So, again, I don't know everything that was done or said or what have you, but obviously those contribute to the other team having success. So something we obviously can't do.
Josh, 4 double-digit leads that you've had at halftime now that you haven't come through.
Yep.
Does this seem to follow a similar pattern of the others?
Yeah, we can't get further ahead, and and if this is the National Football League, if you let them hang around long enough, it comes down to one possession, a couple plays, and who makes them. So like I said, this isn't an offensive, defense, or a special teams thing. It's a team thing. We got to be able to extend the lead if we have one, and keep competing, not let our foot off the gas, no relaxing, and and try to play the same way we were playing when we had when the game starts, and so just obviously I haven't done a good enough job of being able to get us to do that.
You guys all set? Okay, thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you, Josh.
Derek, what happened tonight? What do you think? I'm not asking you to throw anybody under the bus, just sincerely, what happened?
Yeah, as a team, we just didn't finish the game the right way. It's NFL. It's going to be close. It's going to be tough sometimes, and this was one of those games where I think in the red zone we didn't execute how we should have. We left some plays out there and some points out there, and then at the end of the game, I just didn't think we finished it how we could have finished it to win the game, and not even have to put the defense out there or anything like that. We just didn't execute.
This is the 4th double-digit lead this team has lost. Is it a pattern that's happened, or is it different with each loss?
No, it didn't feel that way, if I'm honest. It didn't feel like something like, oh, here it goes again or anything. It didn't feel anything like that. At the end of the day, it's football, and you're going to turn the film on and you're going to see, well, oh, that's why that happened, or that's why that happened. And, coaches will correct it, and it sucks, man. No margin of error. It's tough.
Derek, obviously, this is a talented team. You have to be to build those leads. Why do you think there's been that disconnect in, being able to build those but not being able to finish them, given, the talent that you all have?
Yeah, I'm not sure on this one because I'd have to watch it, and once you watch it, it tells a lot. For me, it didn't feel, out of place or something didn't feel off or anything like that. I felt like, we had a good control of what we wanted to do, and I really think it just comes down to the execution of the plays. Some of the stuff that hurt us in past games, that's just what it came down to at the end.
Offensively, it seemed like you guys kind of were having a more conservative approach today, a lot of runs, in the red zone, settling for field goals, things of that nature. Wanted you guys to be more aggressive in some of those moments, given the success you've had the last few weeks on offense?
Yeah, I'm not sure. That's a better question for Josh. Whatever's called, we're trying to execute at a high level. There's times where there's run and pass checks and different things based on looks that we get and all that kind of stuff. So sometimes things can end up that way too. But for me personally, whatever Josh is calling, like we're just trying to execute that and make it happen.
And as you said, I mean, it's pretty much no margin of error. I mean, you could have said that coming into this one. Does that make it more frustrating to see some of those kind of small mistakes, whether it be penalties or other things that kind of contributed to this loss?
Yeah, absolutely. It hurts. It hurts, but we put ourselves in that position, right? We won, however many games in a row, but it doesn't mean you win the next one. And you try and talk about it, preach about it, work so that doesn't happen. But it happened to us today, and it's hard, it's tough. But we put ourselves in that position, like it's nobody else's fault.
Derek, you've had the 3-game winning streak, but how frustrating is it that the last 2 losses have come to teams on losing streaks, but a guy who had never coached and now a quarterback who came in on 2 days' notice?
Yeah, it's tough, but it's the NFL. These are professionals. There's really cool stories and cool moments for some guys, and I'm sure Baker will love that moment for the rest of his life, to come in and be able to do what he did on just a short notice, to learn the playbook. Again, I don't know what he knew before, what schemes he was in and all that, but you got to give credit to them, for those moments. So it's frustrating, it's tough, but it's not something that we talk about like, hey, this is a big opportunity because of this. Like it's professional football, and you're going to get everybody's best no matter who's playing, not playing, all that kind of stuff.
Derek, can you walk us through the interception down by the goal line? Just what was your read, and did you feel the pressure of the pocket collapsing?
Yeah, I don't know if I got tripped. I don't know what happened. Something happened, but I was throwing it to Mack in the back of the end zone. The safety took Foster, and I was going to throw it to Mack, and something happened as I was throwing it. And okay, yeah. So yeah, something happened, but Mack was open. I was trying to give him a ball for a touchdown. That's the hard part, because that's points, and that's the difference in the score. It's tough, but we're that close to having a touchdown, and everyone's feeling better about today.
Guys all set?
Derek, after the Colts loss, it kind of seemed like you were questioning some things. Do you feel like the team's in a different place now after this one?
Yeah, definitely a different place. Yeah, for sure. Like short answer, yeah, absolutely. We're in a different place as a team. And I love these guys. I go to war with them anytime. I love this group and where we're at right now, where we're headed. But there's no margin of error. We gotta do whatever we can to win the next one.
All right,
Thanks.
Thank you, Derek.
Thank you.